Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Liana. Today, we delve into the captivating world of mirrorless cameras, a technology that's been taking the photography scene by storm. These compact powerhouses have become the go-to choice for many photography enthusiasts and professionals alike. But why is that? What makes them so special? Well, mirrorless cameras offer the perfect blend of portability and performance. They pack cutting-edge technology into a compact body, making them ideal for both on-the-go and studio photography. In this video, we'll be exploring how to master your mirrorless camera. We'll start with the basics, then move on to understanding your camera settings, and finally, we'll delve into techniques for taking great photos. Whether you're a seasoned pro looking to switch gear or a budding enthusiast curious about mirrorless cameras, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to master your mirrorless camera. First, we need to understand what a mirrorless camera is and how it differs from other types of cameras. A mirrorless camera, as the name suggests, doesn't have a mirror mechanism that's a hallmark of traditional DSLR cameras. Instead, it has an interchangeable lens and uses a digital display system rather than an optical viewfinder. The design is more compact and lightweight, making it an increasingly popular choice among both professional and amateur photographers. There are two main components to a mirrorless camera: the image sensor and the lens. The image sensor is the heart of the camera. It captures light from the lens and converts it into a digital image. The larger the sensor, the more light it can capture, resulting in better image quality. The lens, on the other hand, is the eye of the camera. It's responsible for focusing the light onto the image sensor. The great thing about mirrorless cameras is that you can swap out lenses to achieve different effects, giving you a lot of creative flexibility. Now, let's talk about the advantages of using a mirrorless camera. Firstly, they're typically smaller and lighter than DSLRs, which makes them more portable and convenient for travel. Secondly, they offer what's called live view, which means what you see on the screen or viewfinder is exactly what you'll get in your photo, providing real-time exposure feedback. Lastly, mirrorless cameras tend to be quieter due to the lack of a mirror flipping up and down, which can be a big plus in certain shooting situations. However, it's not all roses. Mirrorless cameras do have some disadvantages. For instance, their battery life tends to be shorter because the digital screen or electronic viewfinder is constantly on. Also, while there are many lens options available, the selection is not as extensive as for DSLRs. Now that we understand what a mirrorless camera is, we can delve into the specifics of how to use it effectively. Mastering your mirrorless camera begins with understanding your camera settings. Imagine your camera as a finely tuned instrument, and you, the maestro, commanding it to create beautiful symphonies of light and color. The first note in our symphony is the aperture setting. This controls the amount of light entering your camera. A larger aperture, denoted by a smaller number, allows more light in, perfect for low-light situations. Conversely, a smaller aperture, represented by a larger number, allows less light, ideal for bright, sunny days. Next, we have the shutter speed. This determines how long your camera's sensor is exposed to light. Faster shutter speeds, like 1/2000th of a second, freeze action, while slower speeds, like 1 second, can create a motion blur effect. ISO is our next player. It controls your camera's sensitivity to light. A lower ISO, say 100, means less sensitivity and is great for brightly lit scenes. A higher ISO, such as 1600, increases sensitivity, useful in darker environments. But be cautious, higher ISOs can introduce more digital noise or grain into your images. Now let's talk about the white balance. This setting adjusts the color temperature in your images, allowing you to correct for the color of the light in your scene. For instance, fluorescent lighting tends to give a cool blue tone, while incandescent bulbs can cast a warm yellow hue. With white balance, you can neutralize these color casts for more accurate colors. Finally, we can't forget about the focus settings. Autofocus is great for quick snaps, but for more control, consider manual focus. This allows you to decide exactly where you want the sharpest focus in your frame. Remember, the perfect photo isn't born from a single setting, but a harmonious blend of all these elements. Experiment with different combinations to find your signature style. Understanding your camera's settings is the first step to taking great photos. Now that you're familiar with your camera's settings, let's discuss some techniques for taking great photos. There's an art to capturing moments that truly resonate, and understanding a few key concepts can significantly improve your photography skills. First, let's talk about lighting. Light is the lifeblood of photography, the very essence of every image you capture. Understanding how to use light to your advantage is crucial. Look for interesting shadows, dramatic sunsets, or soft, diffused light filtering through the clouds. Remember, photography is about painting with light, so always be aware of your light source and how it interacts with your subject. Next, let's dive into composition. This is about how you arrange elements within your frame to create a compelling image. The rule of thirds is a good starting point. Imagine your frame divided into 9 equal parts by 2 horizontal lines and 2 vertical ones. By placing your subject along these lines or at their intersections, you create balance and interest in your photo. Another important aspect of composition is depth. Creating a sense of depth in your photos can make them more immersive and engaging. You can achieve this by including objects in the foreground, middle ground, and background. Don't forget about focus. With mirrorless cameras, you've got the advantage of seeing your exact depth of field in real time. Use this to your advantage to create sharp images or to blur backgrounds for a dreamy bokeh effect. Finally, let's touch on timing. Photography is often about capturing that split-second moment that tells a story. Be patient, observe your surroundings, and anticipate action. Remember, the decisive moment is not created, it's captured. These techniques are just the tip of the iceberg. There's a world of creative possibilities out there, waiting for you to explore. Experiment with different styles, break the rules, and develop your own unique photographic voice. These techniques will help you take your photography to the next level. The key to mastering anything, including your mirrorless camera, is practice. It's like learning to play a musical instrument or perfecting your culinary skills. You won't wake up one day suddenly knowing how to do it. It takes time, patience, and most importantly, practice. Practice is the secret sauce that transforms a novice into an expert. The same principle applies when it comes to mastering your mirrorless camera. Your mirrorless camera is a powerful tool, and like any other tool, it requires regular use to understand its full potential. So grab your camera, head out, and start snapping. Don't worry about capturing the perfect shot. Focus on taking as many pictures as you can. Try different settings, play around with the focus, experiment with the exposure, and see what happens. Remember, every photograph is a learning opportunity. Each time you press that shutter button, you're gaining a better understanding of how your camera works. You're learning how different settings affect the final result and what techniques work best in various situations. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, because those mistakes are what will shape your photographic style and skill set. Explore different genres of photography. Maybe today you're capturing the tranquility of a lush forest. Tomorrow you're freezing a bustling cityscape in time. Every new setting, every new subject presents a new challenge, a new learning experience. Try to make a habit of it. Dedicate a specific time each day or each week to practice. Make it a part of your routine. The more regularly you practice, the quicker you'll see improvements. And don't forget to review your work. Look at your photos, understand what you did right, and identify areas for improvement. This will provide you with valuable feedback and guide your future practice sessions. And finally, remember to enjoy the process. Photography is not just about capturing moments, it's about experiencing them. So take your time, enjoy the journey, and before you know it, you'll see your skills improving. Remember, the more you practice, the better you'll become. And with time, you'll master your mirrorless camera, capturing moments in ways only you can. We've covered a lot today, from understanding your camera's settings to learning effective photography techniques. Let's take a moment to recap. We delved into the basics of mirrorless cameras, shedding light on their unique, innovative features, and how they've revolutionized the field of photography. We explored the importance of understanding your camera settings, emphasizing that each one plays a crucial role in capturing that perfect shot. Next, we ventured into the realm of photography techniques, discussing how elements like composition, lighting, and perspective can dramatically enhance your photos. And finally, we reiterated the timeless adage, practice makes perfect. Remember, the key to mastering your mirrorless camera is regular, focused practice. It's about experimentation, learning from your mistakes, and constantly pushing your boundaries. And that's how you master your mirrorless camera. I'm Liana, signing off. Keep practicing and happy shooting. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of the vibrant community we have here. If you found this video helpful, make sure to share it with your friends who are also passionate about photography. It's a great way to support us and help others learn about mirrorless cameras. And if you haven't already, Hit that subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content. We're constantly coming out with new videos to help you hone your photography skills. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon. By doing so, you'll receive notifications every time we post a new video. This way, you won't miss out on any tips, tricks, or tutorials that could further improve your photography. Lastly, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment below and tell us how your journey with your mirrorless camera is going. Share your experiences, your challenges, and your triumphs. This is not just a channel, it's a community, and we're all here to learn and grow together. I'm Liana, and I look forward to seeing your progress. Keep practicing and happy shooting.